Do you want perfect recoil like this? And accurate hipfire for consistent headshots? But you don't know how to set up your sensitivity properly? Don't worry, because in this video, I will demonstrate clearly how to set up your sensitivity from scratch. This is how my video is structured. I will first cover how to set up your hipfire sensitivity. And at the 4-minute and 15-second timestamp, I will cover the scope sensitivity setup. And then I will cover how to set up your sensitivity for burst sprays. And finally reveal my personal sensitivity code for those who want to try it. And the video will be completed. Before we start, let me thank our sponsor, Top Up Live. Search PUBG Mobile to find the cheapest prices for your UC purchases with discounts of up to 21%. Select the pack you wish to get. Enter your in-game ID. Don't forget to select the 12% coupon you receive when you enter the code LIE. Choose your preferred payment option, and the UC will be available in your account within a few seconds. So visit them now using the link in my comments section. Let's start with the hipfire sensitivity setup. First, focus on the camera sensitivity. We will adjust the third-person no-scope. You should be able to make a complete 180-degree turn easily. Let's try to do this. Right now, the sensitivity is too low, so I will increase it to 140. Now it is quite easy to make a 180-degree turn. Make sure you are able to shift your aim between nearby targets as well. I recommend values 120 to 145. Try this yourself and set the most suitable value for you. Next, let's move on to camera ADS settings and focus on the TPP no-scope settings. The main goal is to be able to shift your aim between targets while firing. Don't worry about the recoil control at this stage. A shortcut to selecting this is to look at your camera TPP no-scope. Add 10 to this. Now set this as your ADS value. This should work quite decently, but feel free to adjust it according to your preference. Next, let's look into the gyroscope camera sensitivity. Focus on the TPP no-scope sensitivity. Start by setting this to 330. Make sure you can smoothly shift your aim between targets using gyroscope. Try to do this while you are doing a jiggle movement. If this is not perfect, then check if the sensitivity is too high or too low. Is the sensitivity too high? If this is the case, lower the sensitivity by 5. Check if it works. Keep lowering it by 5 and repeat until you find a comfortable value. I recommend not going below 275. Now focus on what to do if the sensitivity is too low. Increase the sensitivity by 5. Check if it works. Keep increasing by 5 until you find the perfect value. Fix your sensitivity until you are able to move your aim like this. Personally, I use 400, since this helps me react quickly. Finally, let's move on to the ADS gyroscope sensitivity. Focus on the TPP no-scope sensitivity. Start by setting it to 280. Check if you can control your hipfire while making a jiggle movement. Make sure your aim is placed at head level. Adjust it by 5 every time until it becomes easier to control your aim. Use this training simulation to help decide if your aim is perfect. Copy the same settings I have shown. Save it. And now try this drill. Try to complete this drill as fast as possible. Focus on getting headshots. I personally use 400 for this. This is because it helps me react much quicker in close-range fights. And I have practice so I can keep my aim stable as well. Jump kills are also very easy to control with high sensitivity. Now we have completed fixing our hipfire sensitivity. Now let's focus on scope sensitivity, starting with the 3x scope. You first want to focus on aim placement. You should be able to keep your aim steady even at long distances. For this, you need to adjust your gyroscope sensitivity. You want to select a value around 140. This allows you to place your aim on a target precisely. Make sure this is still suitable for close-range encounters as well. You should be able to move your camera from the left end to the right end. The gyroscope sensitivity is too low, so increase it to 190. Now I can easily shift my aim to the required target. And still keep your aim stable at long distances. Next, you also want to be able to shift your aim between long-distance targets. For this, you need to adjust your camera sensitivity. Set it to a low value like 25. Now you can shift your aim easily. Don't forget, you need to use your gyroscope to assist you. Now let's focus on recoil. Start by enabling your ADS gyroscope. Now focus on the 3x scope. Set it to 245. Usually, this will do the trick. But you should try values from 240 to 280 to see what works best for you. Make sure when controlling your recoil, you use your finger to slightly pull down your aim and use the gyroscope to assist with the recoil as well. Will be explained in detail at the end. Also, make sure you set the ADS value to 45, as this will allow you to drag your aim easily, which is useful for shooting moving targets, especially when they are in moving vehicles. Try values from 35 to 50 to see what works best for you, but don't go out of this range. Now let's focus on the 4x scope. Once again, first make sure you can keep your crosshairs stable. Set the gyroscope camera sensitivity to 140, or -50 from your 3x sensitivity and adjust from there until it's comfortable. Next, make sure you can switch your aim between targets easily. Set your camera sensitivity to 20. I recommend any value from 20 to 35. Remember, you should be able to do this for close-range targets as well. Now let's take a look at the recoil. For the recoil, make sure to focus on the ADS gyroscope sensitivity. Set this to 260, or set it 15 higher than your 3x sensitivity and adjust until it works for you. Finally, make sure you can drag your aim easily, which is useful for vehicle sprays. I recommend 35. Use 10 less than your 3x sensitivity. With that, your 4x sensitivity should be perfect. Now let's look at the red dot scope. This scope should be adjusted to suit close-range fights. Therefore, set the sensitivity as shown. Set the camera sensitivity to 60, ADS sensitivity to 85, and the gyroscope sensitivity set to 400. If this is too high, use 350 instead, and set the gyroscope ADS to 400 as well. Use 350 if 400 is too high for you. With that, you should be able to control your red dot scope at any distance. Now let's look at a few important tips for controlling recoil. First, let's look closely on how to control your recoil. Watch closely. Place your aim on the target and pull down your thumb to control the recoil. And use the gyroscope for controlling horizontal recoil and assist with the vertical recoil as well. Next, don't blindly fire targets that are too far away continuously. This reduces your accuracy. For targets within 200 meters, a continuous spray will work. But if your target is much further than this, resort to single tap fires or burst sprays. This method is much more efficient and proves to be more effective. Now let's focus on burst spray sensitivity. Without wasting any time, come to training grounds. These are the attachments I recommend. Always practice with attachments. Next, you need to decide on which scope to use. The 3x and 4x scopes are both perfect for burst sprays, but I would always recommend using the 4x scope for precise and accurate burst sprays. So without wasting any time, let's start training. Let's start by understanding the bullet dynamics. When you spray with the M416 without controlling recoil, you will notice something interesting. The first bullet hits normally, but the second bullet jumps a bit higher, creating a gap. From the second bullet onwards, the gun becomes much steadier with all the bullets landing close to each other. You can see this is the same for other 5.56 guns as well. Therefore, you should always shoot 3 to 5 bullets per spray when using in real fights, which lets you take advantage of the steadier part of the spray, making your shots more accurate and consistent. But in today's training session, I will teach you how to make the gap between the first 2 bullets. To look as accurate as this, where both bullets fired will be close to each other. Master the recoil between the first 2 bullets, and the rest of the spray becomes so much easier. So the idea will be to make a very precise spray to the head level. You shoot only 2 bullets per spray and you should be able to get 2 headshots. Let me show you the technique I use to get this accurate burst spray. Place your aim at the top of the enemy's head. This ensures that both bullets fired will be a headshot. Here is an easy-to-understand hand cam demonstration. All you need to do is make a very slight tilting motion the moment you fire. It's important to keep your hands steady while doing this. So we basically rely on our gyroscope to control this spray. Here is an exaggerated movement here, so you can clearly see what I'm doing. The best way to start practicing this spray is to try to target your spray to fall within this region of the building. Upon closer look, make sure both bullets should fall within the green region. Once you're able to do this, come here and practice your burst spray at 250 meters. Try to get headshots consistently. And then train your burst spray at 400 meters. Once again, try for as many double headshots as you can. Use this WOW map to completely master your burst spray. Focus on the technique and try to get multiple headshots per spray. Don't forget to try this with other guns as well. And make sure you practice this technique with the 3x scope too. The technique is the same as we did for the 4x scope. And finally use this WOW map to train your burst spray with real players. Now I'll show you how to set up your sensitivity for both scopes, starting with the 4x scope. Start by coming to training grounds. Now let's set up the sensitivity. If you have horizontal swipe acceleration disabled, set the camera sensitivity to 30. But if you use horizontal swipe acceleration enabled, set the camera sensitivity to 15. The goal is to make slow and steady camera movements when scoped in. Next, we focus on the ADS camera sensitivity. If you have horizontal swipe acceleration disabled, then set the camera ADS to 35. But if the option is enabled, then you should set the camera ADS to 20. This will allow you to drag your aim easily while maintaining a decent recoil. Next, we will focus on the gyroscope settings. The gyroscope camera sensitivity should be set to a value like 115. This will be the perfect balance for switching your aim between targets at long range, and also keeping your aim steady at long distances. You are free to test values from 90 to 115 to see what works best for you. And finally, I want you to set the ADS gyroscope setting to 200. This is the most important setting here, since setting this perfectly is what allows us to get precise headshots like this. Practice your spray on these targets and focus on getting 2 headshots consistently. Make sure to practice on long-distance targets as well. Always try to get 2 headshots. Make sure to try how the sensitivity feels and adjust if necessary. Now let's look into the 3x scope. Our goal will be to achieve a continuous spray like this, as well as to make accurate burst sprays, where we want to get as many headshots as possible. Let's start with the sensitivity. If your horizontal swipe acceleration is disabled, start by setting the camera sensitivity to 30. But if your horizontal swipe acceleration is enabled, start by setting the camera sensitivity to 15. Now you should be able to make slow and smooth movements with your 3x scope. Now we will focus on the ADS camera sensitivity. If your horizontal swipe acceleration is disabled, set this value to 40. But if your horizontal swipe acceleration is enabled, set this value at 20. Now you should be able to easily drag your aim while firing. Next, we will focus on the gyroscope settings. Starting with the gyroscope camera sensitivity, we must make sure we can switch aim between targets at mid-range. and also easily switch aim between targets at long distances, while keeping our aim completely stable. I usually find 190 to have the right balance, but you can try values from 150 to 200 to see what works best for you. And finally, set the ADS gyroscope sensitivity to 250. And try the same drills we did for the 4x scope. Adjust the sensitivity as necessary within a range of 230 to 300 based on what works best for you. Make sure you are able to do precise burst sprays, as well as continuous sprays. Make sure to practice in this WOW map daily. Just a few minutes would be fine. The more practice you put in, the better you will get. And keep in mind, after adjusting the 6x to a 3x, our 3x settings will apply to the 6x scope as well, allowing you to control your recoil perfectly with the 6x scope. With that, we are finally done. I'll be leaving my sensitivity code here if you want to try it out, but I always recommend making your own sensitivity. With that, we have completed this tutorial. Was this useful? Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more useful content. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you guys soon with more content.